So hi you guys, please go to Everyday English on page 21, and today I do not pick up for the whole page, but I just pick up a very small one at the bottom of the page that refer to the English spoken, or you can say spoken English, and that is softening a negative comment. Yeah, softening a negative comment. So when you do the conversation, when you speak in the conversation, everybody, you try not to speak that sound in a very negative, because when you sound too much negative, the listener feel not satisfied or no happy when you sound too much negative. Okay, so there is many different way to turn your negative comment to soften your negative comment. So when you soften your negative comment, when you speak and the listener when the listeners they listen to your sentence, they feel positive. Yeah, they feel positive, and then they do not feel negative or angry to you or not satisfied to you. Okay, so here the action number one here, that is the example how to soften a negative comments. In conversation, we sometimes don't want to sound too negative. We soften negative comments. Yeah. So here we are late landing. So when you say that the listener feel negative, they feel not happy. We are late landing. We were late landing. Yes, feel negative. But there is another way you soften. You make it good common. You will say in different, like we were a bit late landing. Yes, so you can add the word a bit. It sounds more satisfier. Yeah, more happier. Yeah, so you have to add a bit. We were a bit late landing. Yeah, feel positive now. Another one. My room is tiny. Yeah, so tiny means very, very small. So when the speaker speak like this, the speaker feel very negative. So you have to soften your negative comment. You probably say, my room isn't very big. Yeah, so you use negative, like change to negative form, like is tiny, and then you say isn't. Yeah, it's not. And the opposite of tiny, very small, and the opposite is very big. So isn't very big, it means very small. But when you use that way, it means that you soften your comment. So the listener feels satisfied, feel happy when you speak in that way. So this is the way you soften your comment in the negative ways. Yeah. So activity number two, you have to make the sentence into the softened, to make the comment in a softer way. Okay, and then you have to use word in bracket. Like number one, we have word bit, quite. Number two, number three, warm. Number four, friendly. Five, much. And number six, very much. Okay, so suppose that number one, someone say, it's expensive. Yeah, that is sound negative. So when you want to soften that sentence, to soften that sentence, you have to say, it's a bit expensive, or it's a bit expensive. Yeah. Okay. So number 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Please do it by yourself. Okay. So you have to pause this video a little bit, and then you have to do it. Yeah. You have to do it, and then you have to check your answer and then play your video so you can see your answer with the next slide. So now you pause it, stop your video, and then try to do it. Yeah, to be honest. Yeah, to be honest. So you have to soften your sentence first, and when you finish, to be honest, you go to the next clips of the video. Okay, pause now and do it. Yeah, so here is how the way you soften your comment in a negative way. So number one, it's a bit expensive. Number two, it's quite hard. When I say it's hard, it sounds negative. But when you say it's quite hard, yeah, it's a little bit hard. 4. It isn't very warm. I'm sorry, 4. 3. It isn't very warm. 4. They aren't very friendly. 5. I don't earn very much. 6. There isn't very much to do. Okay. Highlight the pattern not plus very, the opposite adjective of what you want to say. Point out that this is a very common pattern in spoken English when we do not want to sound negative. Yeah. So when you don't want to sound negative, please turn the sentence into negative. Like when the sentence is positive, you have to turn the sentence negative by adding not, and then you have to put very, and then you have to find opposite adjective. So your comment is not too much negative. So yeah, look at this one. Look at look at the example here. My room is tiny. That is sentence is positive, but the meaning in this sentence is very, very negative. My room is tiny. So when you follow the pattern, not plus very and plus the opposite adjective, and then the meaning is softened. So is in positive, and then you change to negative, is not. And then tiny, opposite adjective is very big. Yeah. So when you say, my room isn't very big, that sounds positive. Okay. So that's the end. Thank you very much.